Good morning, students. Today we will be revising Chapter 3 Human Body of Class 6th Biology. Now, students, for today, our revision topic is respiration. So, already you know that respiration is a process in which there is breakdown of food. How it breaks? In the presence of oxygen. Now, after breaking down, energy is released, and this energy enables the cells or our body to perform various activity. Now, students, process of this respiration, it takes place in cell. Now, respiration, it proceeds it or it completes in two major steps. One is breathing and the other is cellular respiration. So, what is breathing? Breathing, you all know that it is process of inhaling and exhaling of air. Now, inhaling means to take in and exhaling means to give out. Students, breathing is also called external respiration. Now, second process is cellular respiration. Now, what happens in cellular respiration? As the name suggests, cellular means cell. The glucose, it is oxidized by inhaled oxygen to carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this carbon dioxide and water, it is released out of the body, and this energy, it is utilized by the body to perform various life activities. So you can see a reaction also. Nutrients which are present in the food inside the cell, they combines with oxygen, and the food, it is broken down into carbon dioxide, that is CO2, water and energy, and this energy is being utilized by the organisms. Next, you can see here, students, now types of respiration, it is very important part of our revision. There are two types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration and the other is anaerobic respiration. Now listen to it very carefully. Aerobic respiration is a type of respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen. Means if oxygen is not present, then this respiration is not going to happen. So you can see here, this is glucose, that is food. When it combines with oxygen, it is broken down to carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this is a balanced chemical reaction. Second type is anaerobic respiration, or it is also known as fermentation. So this anaerobic respiration, it is taking place in the absence of air. So what happens, the glucose, it is directly broken down into, this is ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH, carbon dioxide and energy. Now students, one important thing is here, in case of aerobic respiration, the energy produced is more, and in case of anaerobic respiration, the energy produced is less. So this anaerobic respiration, it takes place in yeast, some bacteria, and anaerobic respiration, it takes place in a muscle cell. That's why sometime when you are playing, when you are doing some exercise, when you are doing some activities, the cramps, they develop, and these cramps, they develop due to insufficient supply of oxygen to the cells, and at that time the cramps is the result. Now next, you can see here important difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing, what it is? It is a physical process. Simply what we are doing, just inhaling and exhaling the air. But respiration is a biochemical process, because in this, what is happening, the chemical, that is food, it is combining with the oxygen and getting broken down. Breathing, it occurs outside the cell, whereas respiration, it occurs inside the cell. Now students, see, in case of breathing, no enzyme is involved. Simply we are inhaling the air and exhaling the air. But In the process of respiration at various steps, enzymes are involved. Here in case of breathing, no energy is evolved. When you are inhaling the air, when you are exhaling the air, there is no involvement of the energy. So here respiration, what happens in case of respiration, energy is released and this energy is utilized by the organisms. Now the next topic of our revision is the respiratory system. Now students, you can see how the process of respiration it gets completed. Firstly, this nostrils, trachea, bronchi and lungs, these are the main organs of respiratory system. Now what happens in the form of flowchart, we will discuss this. Breathe in, the air is breathed in through nostril, it enters the trachea, that is windpipe. Now inside the nostril what happens, you can see inside our nose there are hairs and mucus. So these hairs and mucus, what they do, they trap the dust particles and prevent them from entering into the respiratory system. Now once this warm and moist air enters the windpipe, it reaches into this tube-like structure which is known as bronchi, and from bronchi, when this bronchi it is divided into two tube-like structure which is known as bronchioles, and it enters the bronchioles, and at the end of bronchioles you can see there are alveoli, that bag-like structure which are known as alveoli. So you can see here the trachea, that is windpipe, it is divided into two tube-like structure which is known as bronchi. Bronchi are further divided into several tube-like structure which are known as bronchioles, and at the end of bronchioles you can see bag-like structure which is known as alveoli. Now students, other topic for the revision is the breathing mechanism. It involves two processes, one is inspiration and the other is expiration. Inspiration, what happens in inspiration? Firstly, the muscles which are attached to ribs, they contract. Once the muscles which are attached to ribs they contract, the diaphragm, which is a sheet-like structure below the lungs, it also contract. So what happens after this, the volume inside thoracic cavity it increases. So inside the lungs the volume it increases, as a result the air pressure decreases. So when the air pressure decreases, air from outside it rushes into the lungs, and alveolar sacs they gets filled with oxygen rich air, and from alveoli oxygen diffuses into blood and supplied to tissues. So you can see here, this is the case of movement of rib cage and diaphragm during inhalation and exhalation. So you can see here diaphragm downside, diaphragm upside. So what happens in expiration, the muscles which are attached to ribs they relax, diaphragm also relax. Now volume inside the thoracic cavity it decreases. तो वॉल्यूम जो थोरेसिक कैविटी के अंदर वॉल्यूम वो क्या हो गया, कम हो गया. इसकी वजह से उसके अंदर एयर प्रेशर क्या हुआ, ज़्यादा हो गया. तो एयर प्रेशर ज़्यादा हुआ तो हवा कहाँ, अंदर से बाहर जाएगी. तो यहाँ पे क्या होती है, थ्रू नोज जो एयर है वो हमारी क्या हो जाती है, बाहर आ जाती है. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स सी मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक, that is the circulatory system in humans. So the circulatory system it consists of heart, blood and blood vessels. So already I have given you homework to practice the diagram of the heart, and you can see here I have labeled it also, I have drawn it. And heart, you all know that it is most sensitive part of the body, and it is located in the chest cavity slightly towards left. It is not at the left side, but it is slightly towards the left. So generally when we are saying that our heart is located at the left side, it is wrong. So you all know that the size of the heart is about the size of our fist, जो हम मुट्ठी बंद कर लेते हैं. एंड हार्ट का काम क्या है? हार्ट का काम है ब्लड को पंप करना. कहाँ? सभी बॉडी पार्ट्स में. सो बेसिकली हार्ट इट वेज फ्रॉम 280 to 340 grams in man and 230 to 280 grams in women. Now aorta is the thickest and the longest artery in the body. Very important information. Aorta is the thickest and the longest artery in the body. Now students, blood corpuscles you all know. Moving to blood vessels. Blood vessels basically they are of three types: veins, arteries and capillaries. So veins you all know. The role of the vein is to carry blood from different part of the body to heart. So these veins, what they do, they bring deoxygenated blood, means the blood which is containing carbon dioxide, to the heart. So in case of veins, their wall is thinner and they are less elastic. In veins, valves are present. So lumen is wide and elastic membrane is less developed. Second type of blood vessel you can see, it is artery. So artery, as compared to vein, it carries oxygenated blood from heart to all body parts. Oxygenated blood means pure blood, the blood which is rich in oxygen. So the pressure, the flow of blood inside this artery is high. Wall of artery is thick and they are more elastic. So you can see, as compared to vein, here valves are absent. So veins, they are superficial. Superficial means they are easily visible, like in my hands you can see these are visible, but arteries, they are deep seated. Capillaries, these are the thinnest blood vessels. And what is the role of capillary? They connect arteries and veins. Now students, some information about blood. Blood you all know, it is red vascular connective tissue. It is slightly alkaline in nature and it is formed of two parts. One is the plasma and the other is lymph. So plasma you can see, it is slightly or pale yellow or straw colored fluid. What actually plasma is? It is a mixture of water, inorganic salt, plasma proteins and organic compounds. Now students, we will move to our next topic, that is blood transfusion. Now what actually blood transfusion is? So what blood transfusion is? It is transfer of blood from a healthy person, that is donor, to another person which is known as recipient. Now students, why blood transfusion is done? Blood transfusion is done because whenever there is requirement by the recipient, the body, it needs blood so that the recipient or the organs of the recipient or the body of the recipient, it may remain alive. So you all know that blood transfusion, it is very important process, and before transfusion the blood group of both the donor and recipients, they are matched. So blood matching is based on the two factors, that is the blood group and second is the Rh factor. So blood group, basically you all know there are four types: blood group A, blood group B, AB and O. Now students, you can see here in blood group A, antigen A is present and antibody B is present. In blood group B, antigen B is present and antibody A is present. In blood group AB, A and B antigens are present and no antibody is there. And in O blood group, no antigen is there but A and B antibody are present. So antigens, what they are? They are foreign particles, and antibody are substances which our body produce in blood to fight disease. Now students, you can see here we will discuss an important topic, that is heartbeat and pulse. So heartbeat is the pumping of blood by the heart, can be heard as a regular thumping sound. These are called heartbeats. So you can feel your heartbeat by putting your hand on your chest. So average heartbeat is nearly 70 to 72 per minute. Now students, you can see twitching movement of blood inside arteries produce pulse. So पल्स आपने देखा होगा, जब भी आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं तो वो आपकी क्या करता है, पल्स चेक करते हैं. नाउ स्टेथोस्कोप, you have heard. Stethoscope is a device which is used to hear the heart sound. And sphygmomanometer, it is a device which is used to measure the blood pressure. Now students, there are some points which I have written here, how you can keep your heart healthy. So what you don't have to do, first is overeating fast food and cold drinks, long hour of desk work, lack of physical exercise and recreation. All these three, they create heart problems. And how you can protect your heart, how you can keep your heart healthy, these are the points.